I can't believe you've done this.
You can wait, Darrow. I was about to say shit, did I not load it? Oh, there I am. Hello. Hello. Yes, and I love your alerts. So when I came back, I was like, what the fuck happened? Sanity, congrats on being first. And I can't believe you done this. Oh, I'm still a little tired. But no, I'm not taking my meds. I'm taking that now. How's everyone else doing? Today. Yeah, Darrow's over here, dancey dance happy. Pretty good, I want to say. I don't know what it is, but lately something's been feeling off, and I'm like, I wonder what it is. Hi, Flamingo. How are you? But also, I've been waking up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I haven't gone back to bed. So that's what my why I'm starting an hour later, because I was like, I need a nap. And that was to give me enough time. That and my lungs are still kind of doing the same thing. I think it's a little bit better, but we'll see. how much I do, and if I get tired, then I'm just gonna end it. I'm not gonna try to stick it out. Because if any of you were... Dara was there, but if any of you were there after my demonologist stream, you could tell I was getting winded. I was done. I was like, can't. Felt like I ran. So, other than that, pretty good. I kind of just been sitting here, working on videos. By working on videos, I mean I've literally just been downloading and splicing together videos and being like, go together, upload, download, blah blah blah. It's usually what I do when I'm working on videos because I haven't started recording videos. Cut up and edit. So right now, editing is a breeze for me because I don't have to do any of the extra stuff yet. Soon I'm gonna have to kind of do it if I could figure it out. But it's been okay. At one point, my phone's gonna run or gonna hit low battery, and I'm gonna have to walk over to I'm gonna have to leave to go get the charger because I cannot plan for shit. That and I rolled out of bed like literally like 9:05. Like literally, because I woke up from the nap. Originally, my original time was I was going to start stream at 8 o'clock. I woke up 5 minutes before 8 o'clock, and I'm like, nope, that's not happening. I'm still way too tired, and I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work. So I gave myself another hour, but then like when I woke up, I was like, oh boy, I did not want to get up. But I did it. Aren't you proud of me? I got up. I started streaming. We'll see how long this lasts, but I started. Yay. I'm not dog watching anymore. That's why I didn't stream on Friday, and it went completely over my head that I had done it until like, because I was napping. When I was at the dog's house, I had passed out. It was me and the dog both had passed out, and I would be going back home around like 11 o'clock at night, and I would drive back, but it was after I would stay with the dog. I would eat around like 8 because I was too lazy to get off the couch. It's like, I'm never lazy to take care of the dog, but as soon as it's me taking care of me, then I'm like, I don't need to do that. Till I force myself to get up. Which, yay. Love that when my body does that. Like, I didn't even eat dinner. Which I might do. I might go grab at one point. Maybe just something a little munchin'. But I also ate lunch today, so I'm not like I'm starving. But I usually only eat breakfast and dinner. Pretty much got through catched up on most of my videos that I was a little bit behind on. Like watching, not actually doing anything. I was getting around to going through all of Cairo's Until Dawn. I'm still like going through the first one, and I kind of forgot that Cairo was kind of playing it for the first time. So there were different little things that I'm like sitting there and I'm like completely forgetting, and then I was like, oh, I could have helped you for certain things, and I was just like, oh no. But the fun thing is that I know who she all murdered. So I was like, they're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, haha, you die. Or like watching the people in the comments being like, oh no, it's like, murder this person. I was like, nah, he lives. This person dies, blah, blah, blah. And then I have only gotten jumped by one jump scare. I was like, fuck it hell. I think it's in the beginning, when Matt and Jess are still walking to the fucking cabin. And it's like the truck or whatever, and the little mask drops. I'd seen it from the corner of my eye, and I jumped, and I was like, fucking hell. I've seen this game so many times that I was like, damn, I'm usually really okay just sitting here watching this game. Of course, I can't really say that for most horror games, because usually I usually watch horror games when I'm playing my little farming games. Kind of just balances out the mode. But sometimes I have to sit there and I have to go over and I have to pause for a bit to like recuperate myself. Because I know there's about to be either a jump scare or we're at a scary part, and I'm just like, okay, I know it's coming. I can either watch or I can focus on farming right now and hope that it doesn't jump scare me too bad. The thing is, as soon as the jump scare happens and I know I'm not watching, I'll go back in the video and I'll rewatch it. Because I know it's there, I was like, cool, now I can watch it. Of course, that's if I'm not like sitting down and watching it, because sometimes when I'm just like, I'm sitting down full blown watching it, and it's not a live stream, because Maru's like the only one who I'm watching that I'm like, okay, it's a horror game. I can sit here and like, I have it on, like, kind of watching, but then I can't pause, and I'm like, nah. Was like, technically I can pause, but then I would have to make sure that I'm up to date on it, and I'm like, damn, I hate doing that. It's fine when it's like Maru, because I was like, oh, I can just hit the refresh button, but if I'm on like someone else's thing and I have to refresh, I'm like, no. I was like, you always get hit by the ads, and I'm like, damn it. And sometimes they're like the worst fucking parts, and I'm like, no! I don't want this. Ugh. It's all fun. As I set up everything. My dumbass doesn't do anything before me. No, you cannot update. I was like, oh, there you are. I was like, where's the game? So hopefully that I got enough sleep that I can actually be able to focus and work on puzzles. And we get to go chase down a bride. Key to witness the wedding, Layton and his friends talk to the shepherd boy in hopes of finding out where the bride is going. During the ceremony will take place in the chapel, which over on the hill that overlooks the village. Because I know, at the end, I had just given up. Okay, I need to figure out where I am. Okay, at Mercy of the Elements was the last thing I got. Okay, this is telling me where hit coins are. So I just want to make sure. Let's eat the ham. Nom 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 nom. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got all of this. Yeah. Okay. Once for the golden ocarina, which should be good. Oh. What did that there say? Hunt for the flower arch. Talk to Peach, which we did. Oh, okay. I think the next was a nutty roller coaster, but that's Bloom first. Oh my! Nutty roller coaster. Okay, this we hadn't did, so we'll start off with this. Okay. Oh, I remember this. I looked at this with my, like, kind of tired brain, and I was like, fuck this. To be fair, I kind of don't know where to even start with these. Okay. So I think I have maybe an idea that can work, but I'm... Oop, too far. So I'm gonna do this. So, you know, I kind of forgot that that was gonna block that ball right there. Shit. Oh dear, dear, dear. Some puzzles are hard. I don't know if I should just be covering these holes. Okay, so that will block it, so I will be able to hit the thing, but I gotta get the hazelnut. Is that what I'm working with? I can't remember. Okay, we're gonna roll this again. Okay. I think I might have this. I'm gonna go pick this up. I'm gonna hit this, and it's gonna roll all the way over there and stop by the tree. And then I pick this up and we walk all the way back. And then we hit it and it goes in. Yay! Oh my gosh. My poor brain, my tired brain would probably not have been able to do that. Alright, it's just telling me to walk up. Yeah, right. Well, it appears that we made in time for the wedding ceremony. Something's not right, though. There seems to be a bit of a kerfuffle going on. Kerfuffle. Sage Shepherd, wait! Hear me speak, but once more, this nightmare torments me and consumes my soul. Sir? Why must you push her through the chapel door? Why must Romilda face such a misery? I beg, Sage Shepherd, close the chapel door. My fair Romilda merits not such this fate. Julian, stop it, would you? I'm just gonna give him dramatic voice because I have no idea what the fuck's going on, but... Romilda, though you say it's your will, it surely cannot be what you desire. Deny this custom and refuse its aim. Listen, I'm happy. I want to be the Dragon Lord's bride. I'm happy. Alright? So, I guess this is it. Goodbye, Julian. I know it does not seem like it now, but you will be happy again someday. I know it. Romilda, this cannot! Today we witness the reunion of Romilda and the mighty Dragon Lord. A union that will bless our village with fair wind. Am I just witnessing a girl getting fucking murdered? Or sacrificed? Well. Come, fair wind. Bring your blessed breeze to bear upon our village. It is now time to seal this union. Close the chapel door. Sage Shepherd, please undo what you have done. The wedding ceremony is concluded. Mule and cry all you like, dear boy, but know that nothing will change. Romilda is now the Dragon Lord's wife. What? Romilda! Dear sweet Romilda! Ah, the youth of today. It looks as though the wedding ceremony has finished. It's such a shame you couldn't take photos of the wedding photographs after following the bride all the way here. What we just saw was not a wedding, Aurora. Oh? No, something's very wrong here. We should talk to the man in the blue gown to figure out what's going on. Thanks, Hazel. Apparently we have hint coins. We do have a Layton journal, and we have 3 hint coins that we need to find here. The bride inside the chapel. We followed the bride, Romilda, to the chapel on the outskirts of the village. There we witnessed a tearful young man attempt to stop the ceremony, but to no avail. I've never experienced a wedding with such a disturbing atmosphere. After the bride entered the chapel, the doors were sealed behind her, locking her in. Emmy was fierce in her disapproval of what was happening. I think we need to gather more information from the locals to determine what exactly is going on. Yeah, sacrifice. Thanks, Hazel. Up, and there's my phone, so I will be right back. I say that as I'm fixing my screen because I kind of forgot that I needed to do it. Okay, now I'll be back. Good thing I muted, because you guys did not need to hear me almost eat shit. Okay. I'm back. Alright. 3 hint coins. Ah, fuck. Of course they don't fucking tell us. Like, why? Why must you do this? Well, we found the windmill. Ow. Hi, Gorgus. How are you? Alright, there's 1 hint coin. Coin, 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 coin. There's 2. I don't know where the fuck I need to be looking for the 3rd one. Yeah, doing pretty good. Hey, Fugel! Is there one on my ass? No, but I fucking wished, because that would be the fucking last one. Is it in the fucking grass? Oh. Hey! There it is. Yeah, doing pretty good. A little tired, but I woke up from a nap 40 minutes ago, so it's to be expected. Okay, I got the 3 hint coins, I got the windmill. We'll just talk to the shepherd now. We also just watched a woman get sacrificed, so everything's good. Bless you, travelers. Thank you for visiting our village. The ceremony is now over, but please stay a while and enjoy the local area. Actually, I was rather hoping to ask you about the ceremony we just witnessed. Got plans tomorrow except for Tiger School. Ooh! Yes, I want to eat fish. Fish. Yeah. I just realized that my mouse was not the thing I was looking for. Okay. You see, I was planning on taking some photographs, but that wasn't like any wedding I've ever seen. Photographs of Romilda. Well, I'm afraid it's a little late for that, dear girl. Romilda is now married to the Dragon Lord. Her soul shall soon depart this chapel, to blow as the fair wind through our village. Her soul shall depart? You mean she will die? You sacrificed her? How could you do such a thing? My dear ladies. Is that what? Oh, today is the 7th. I don't think I'm doing anything. I say that like I don't have to get up and deal with my dogs and whatever my mom has to ask for me. Oh, 8. I also just realized the month of August, when the month of August is when my entire family has a bunch of birthdays, and I think I just missed 2 of my nephews, but I can't remember. I think I missed at least one of them. But I remembered my brother's birthday. I clicked on the wrong fucking thing. You witnessed the vicious whirlwind that sucked the village moments before the ceremony, did you not? Yes, its force was quite frightening. I've never seen anything like that before. That whirlwind was the manifestation of the Dragon Lord's wrath. It is to appease this wrath that we present the Dragon Lord with a bride from the village. It's the bride's duty to relinquish her human form and become the gentle breeze, blessing our village for so long as it may last. Anyway, here's a big fish down the gullet. Nom 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 nom. Fish. Nom 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 nom. So she is going to die. This is unacceptable. Open that door right now. Absolutely not. This ceremony has been held in this village since time immemorial? Yep, gonna skip over that. Do you think we allow such... This bitch. These words. Cruel? Taurus girl to come along and ruin everything by opening the chapel door? I would advise that you forget what you have seen here, dear girl, and forget all about this village and enjoy the rest of your trip. Ugh. Look how thick the door is. That's no chapel, it's a prison. Though the man implies this is an ancient ceremony, I find it hard to believe there's a connection to the Azran in this. This isn't the time to be thinking about the Azran, Professor. What about the poor bride? If we don't find a way into that chapel, she's going to die in there. We can worry about the egg later. Stay calm, Emmy. I understand that how you feel, but we should first consider our options before doing anything rash. But Professor Sick... Everyone, please listen. I sense it. I can sense the force of the Aura Stone. It's coming from inside the chapel. I believe Sycamore's gonna do a fucking 180 right here. He's like, burst down that door. Let's grab the fucking... Does this mean? There is more. Another powerful force inside the chapel. Something more powerful than the Aura Stone. Something related to the Azran? But surely this temple was built long after the demise of the Azran. How can the two possibly be connected? I don't know. Well, there must be some connection. Aurora wouldn't have sent something here otherwise. Either way, I still think that the bride is our top priority. At least now we have 2 reasons to find our way into the chapel. I suppose you're right. Let's start by asking around for more information. Hopefully someone can point us in the right direction. I'm here to just escape fast, eat trash, and I'm all out of trash. And like, these just solved? Like, I thought they would, like, at least do... No, I don't think they are. Anyway. New mystery. The Bride of the Hoogland. Hoogland is a home to a disturbing custom which a young lady from the village is selected to be the Dragon Lord's bride and locked up in a local chapel as part of their wedding ceremony. Why on earth do they persist with such tradition? Nah. The people of Hoogland seem to think that the whirlwinds affecting their village are the works of a certain Dragon Lord. Okay. We'll walk down, talk to Beatrice. That's all. Oh, I can't believe that silly Romilda stopped to talk to Julian in front of the chapel. The Dragon Lord will surely would have been irked, I'm sure. Excuse me, madam. I was wondering if I could trouble you for a few details concerning Julian and Romilda. Goodness me? No, I can't talk about something like that with someone from outside the village. Well, we saw them both talking outside of the chapel. Oh, embarrassing they are. How dare they act like that? Their antics will always were a disgrace to the whole village. Appalling. Do you really think so? Well, of course I do. Who wouldn't? You don't think it's more appalling that you're carrying on with these outrageous ceremonies? Sticking your nose into the village business, are you? Want to know all about our customs? I assure you, madam, we're simply planning to write a big article about us, I bet. I've seen you journalist types before, always sniffing around. We're not sniffing around for anything. We're just trying to figure out more about the chapel so we can go and rescue Romilda. Be quiet, will you? We will not talk of such things. Who do you think you are, strolling in here, changing our way of life? I demand that you leave this instant. If it weren't for this puzzle that I need solving... Ma'am! Calm down! She's like, fucking get out! But wait. Alright, puzzle number 074, pampering your pets. You decide to give your pets treats to your pets who all like different things, but you have forgotten which each animal likes. You are sure that A likes either ice cream or chocolate, and B likes pie or ice cream. You're also certain that C likes either pie or chocolate, and that it's either A or D that's an ice cream flan. Unfortunately, you have no idea which pet likes cake, so cake will be our last one. Using the information you do remember, give each pet their favorite treat. Okay, we're gonna boot up the memo, but I gotta put that up. Alright, I'm gonna color code each one. I'm gonna give this. That will be that. This will be chocolate. This can be ice cream. Okay. A likes either ice cream or chocolate. B likes either pie or ice cream. Okay, C either likes... You are certain that C likes either pie or chocolate. Pie. Chocolate. It's either A or D that is the ice cream flan. Okay. You have no idea which pet likes cake. Okay. So, going off of that, the last little hint, which is the A and D one, is either the ice cream fan, actually is what helps us work off of this. Because because if it has to be either A or D to be ice cream, then B over here cannot be ice cream. So they would be pie. And with that info, then C can't be the pie. They have to like chocolate. And so then you erase... Boop. You erase chocolate from A, and that leaves A with ice cream. And that means D can't be the ice cream lover, which leaves them to be the cake. And boom! There we go. Puzzle solved. Now I just need to put everything there. Hypertext. Yeah. Okay. So that should be it. Ice cream, pie, chocolate, cake. Yep.
Okay, Emmy, time to shine.
Huzzah!
Bring on the next one.
I like those ones. They're like easy. Particular. A likes ice cream, B likes pie, C likes chocolate, and D likes cakes. It turns out pets weren't pets at all. Just as well. Really, none of those treats were suitable for animals. I had a feeling you'd be able to help me. You journalists are supposed to be good at giving people what they want. I'm sure you refuse to believe me, but we're really not journalists. Madam, please. We only wish to gain a better understanding of what took place here in the village today. Alright, alright. You got honest eyes. I will tell you what's going on. Romilda and Julian were engaged to be married, you see. They've been going out for years. Oh no. A lovely couple they were. I'm sure they would have been very happy together if it weren't for this ceremony business. This village lives in fear of the Dragon Lord, you see. That's why we make sacrifices. I know. The very idea is awful. Where is Julian now? You probably find him near his windmill. I warn you now, though, the poor boy will be nay inconsolable. Many thanks for your assistance, Miss Beatrix. Now you better move along. People get suspicious if they see me talking to you. Let's head to Julian's windmill. We need to have a word with him. Where is his fucking windmill? I guess over here. Ooh, we almost have everyone's request. The chapel is sealed. Hey, we got done with our first page, which means we're halfway through this little town. In Hoogland, it is believed that once the bride enters the chapel, they will turn into fair wind and bring peace to the village. Aurora senses the egg within the chapel, but the village tradition means its door cannot be opened after the ceremony is finished. Alarming, almost none of the villagers appear to be upset about the bride's sacrifice. Beatrix did tell us, however, that Romilda's romantic history with Julian, and we should speak to him next. Alright. Walk to the right, and we gotta find 2 hint coins. Oh, look at that puppy! Bing! And bing! Another 2 hint coins. I love that it's fucking telling me. Bing! I was like, don't actually fuck Julian. Ooh, a trumpet. Mendius trumpet. Hunt for swaying signposts. And hunt for corgi. Beautiful. Blue butterfly. Oh. Apparently the blue butterfly was a puzzle. Look over there, Emmy! A butterfly! Ooh, you know, I know a great way to attract butterflies. Here, try this, Lou. Puzzle number 075, Golden Butterfly. Here are 3 fruity syrups that each have a different level of sweetness. When mixed together correctly, they'll make a special concoction that'll lure a golden butterfly. Making the concoction is something of a delicate art, though. If it's too sweet, it'll attract bees, and if it's not sweet enough, the only insect that'll interest is a green beetle. Using at least one measure of each syrup, see if you can get just the right balance to lure out the elusive golden butterfly. Okay. This is too sweet. This is not sweet enough. Okay. So the little blue over here is like the least sweetest thing, I think. Well, I got it.
I've got it, I think.
Hazel? I wasn't
Easy
expecting
peasy,
to get it. Good work. You finally laid your eyes on the magnificent golden butterfly. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, isn't it beautiful? Apparently there's many different ways to do this, but whatever. Oh, that butterfly is so close. I could almost reach out and grab it. Ow. What would you do with it? Butterflies don't exactly make the best pets, you know. Don't crush his dreams. Sup, Julian? Hello there. Julian, I presume? You were outside the chapel, weren't you not? I fear I have no time for idle chat. Why not? What are you doing? If you must know, I wish to lick my wounds. Romilda, parting is such bitter sorrow. I don't believe it. Romilda's life is in danger, and all you can do is stand around moping? Did you not hear the words that left her lips? She was gladly weds the wrathful dragon lord. Aside from casting me into the darkness deep, no greater, clearer sign than can she show me, for me she holds no will, no need, no love. You don't really believe that, do you? Oh, woe is me. Poor Julian. Just endured a genuine harrowing experience, Emmy. I doubt we'll be able to reason with him right away. But Professor! Our apologies, Julian. Romilda! Gentle, sweet Romilda! Look, Julian, why don't you come with us to rescue her? There may still be time if we go to the chapel straight away. But with keen eyes on the chapel, they do watch, and Shepherd surely shall not let us in, and all is futile. I beg you, strangers, leave me be gone, for I am not the hero you require. Alright, bye. Julian is going to need a little bit more time to pull himself together, it seems. Well, in that case, we'll just have to find a way into the chapel by ourselves. My thoughts exactly. Alright. Bye, Julian. Julian's heartache. We found Julian at his windmill in truly discombobulated state. He is very much a broken man, and there goes my wrist. Which is no surprise considering the way his beloved has just been taken away from him. It must be some time until he's able to calm down. If we have any chance of rescuing Romilda, the first thing we need to do is find a way into the chapel. We shall ask around the village for clues. Tremendous trumpet, a dazzling bright and colorful trumpet that sadly produces a dreadful noise. Wonderful. Walk left. Talk to this dude.
Oh, you're still here? I see, young lady. You know, if you would like the village so much, you could always get married here.
To be frank with you, I find your village utterly disgusting.
Haha, it looks like it's true what they say about big city girls. Rude, spoiled, and empty-headed. People around here grow up tough, you see. See, it's not just the wind. There's all the geological substrate too.
Hold on. Geological substance? Do you mean to say the whirlwinds are not only a natural disaster you have to contend with here?
Oh, pretty sharp, aren't you, Top Hat? Yes, the land is...
Ah, shit. Alright. It's ad break time right now, which I didn't pay attention, so some of you are in ads right now. So I'm gonna quickly go do that, and then I'm gonna actually go grab food very quickly, so we'll be back.
Okay. Back. So I got my food, which is why it took forever. But then I also got my other meds that I need to take. Like over here trying to put my fucking food. Yeah, so my mom was passed out. I lost her show. I don't know if she just. I don't think so. Okay. Oh ho, pretty sharp, aren't you? Top Hat, yes, this land is full of holes. And there's been lots of accidents over the years. The base of the hill where the chapel stands now is especially bad, and you have to fill in hole after hole to build a house around there. The hill where the chapel stands? Right, the whole thing is rigged with holes and tunnels all the way around. Building around there is a nightmare. That's why everyone is so hiddly-piggly up here. Yeah, she woke up. And that's why you city types can't handle it. Is that so? Many thanks for the information, sir. Your words have been most enlightening. Ho ho, always happy to help, not to boast or anything. But there is no one who knows more than me about this village. That was pretty interesting, wasn't it, Professor? Who would have thought the chapel would be surrounded by tunnels? A surprising revelation indeed. Surely it is no coincidence that the chapel was built in such a spot. I believe there is an extremely high possibility that one of those tunnels will lead directly into the chapel's interior. Wow, really? But I can't see any of the holes or the tunnels here, Professor. Say, why don't we take a look on the other side of the hill, over near the forest? Perhaps there are some tunnels over there. A fine idea, Emmy. My only concern is that we may get lost among the trees if we head there without a guide. I bet Julian knows his way through the forest, but he's probably still too upset to help us at the moment. You may be right, Luke. Let's continue our investigation. Perhaps we'll discover something that will motivate him to help us. Walk up. Talk to Shepard. You appear rather downhearted, Sage Shepard. To serve the Dragon Lord is my calling, but when my work is done, I am but human. I weep just like any other. Don't expect us to feel sympathy for you. Still, it's not easy to see a man so racked with guilt. Oh, mighty Dragon Lord, grant me your assistance. These strangers have come to torment my soul. You're the tormentor around here, locking away those so-called brides. The peripheral of me, like my peripheral vision, just reading, misread brides as bitches. And I was like, what did you just call these poor girls at me? Like, you're over here just calling everyone bitches. I've locked no one away. Each one of those dragon brides have entered the chapel willingly and with joy in their hearts. Joy? I must admit I find that hard to believe. This is ridiculous. There's no way those women entered willingly. What about Romilda? I saw her go into the chapel. She didn't look one least bit joyful. But did she seem afraid? I assure you she was not. She proceeded with her own validation. Hers was sacrifice that we can all admire. Sycamore is pissed. Look at that angry bread roll. Bread roll is angry. I mean, he's just done with him. Shit, I forgot my coat. I do understand your point of view. Believe me, even I sometimes wish to put an end to this tradition. The man appears to be rather conflicted, in his own particular way. Conflicted or not, his beliefs and his actions make him a dangerous man. We cannot allow him to cause any more harm. She must have known that she was going to die. She must have been afraid, yet she kept all that emotions buried. It's terrible. I wonder, what if the brides truly aren't afraid to go into the chapel? What do you mean, Professor? I think I understand what you're getting at. We may have been laboring under a significant misapprehension. Yikes. Indeed, though we cannot be certain yet, of course. I have a horrible feeling that someone is watching us. It's okay, Aurora. You got nothing to worry about while I'm around. We only arouse further suspicions if we start acting rashly. Let's collect a bit more information and then go and talk to Julian. Walk down. Walk left. Walk
I'm ready to have my photograph taken at any time. Do it now, before you run out of your camera film.
Emmy? Like, fuck no.
I mean, Romilda turned it in win, so you can't take any more photographs of her. It's gotta be my turn now, eh?
Locking someone up in a chapel is supposed to turn them into win, is it?
Eh? You don't think it's true? Well, it is. The brides turned to win, and everyone knows that. I even got proof. When the ceremony is over, see, everyone forgets all about it. Old Shepherd opens the door, and the only thing left behind in the chapel is the wedding dress. I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
Her wedding dress.
That's right, lady. Well, not just the dress, the shoes, the veil, and all that stuff. Just lying in a pile on the floor. which means the bride's turned into wind. There's no other explanation, is there, eh? Meh. Meh.
So the brides completely disappear completely. Bones and all.
Eek, I don't want to think about what's happening in that chapel.
Don't be silly, Luke. We have to find out what happens to those women. Oh dear. I don't understand this. This village, their traditions. I don't understand what's happening here. I know what you mean. Everything we've seen and heard so far has been very troubling. Indeed. A number of unsettling incidents have taken place here. There may yet be an unexpected explanation, however. Oh? What kind of explanation, Professor? All I can say is that we should not sink into Why? What is with the big words? Ponderary? Yep. Just yet. Certainly not before we have a word with this fine lady, at least. Fine lady? Professor, do you mean...
Ah, there you are.
Beatrix.
Shh, keep your voice down, will you? Just thought of you should know I went to see her, that stubborn little minx.
Her? Surely you don't mean Romilda.
Honestly, pipe down, will you? But of course, Romilda. Who else would I be talking about?
The brides escape from the chapel after the ceremony, don't they, madam?
What? How did you know that?
Well, as soon as I heard that the bride's clothes were left behind, I started wondering. I thought perhaps someone would be waiting with the change of clothes for the bride, allowing them to escape.
Oh, it's you, isn't it, Beatrix? You're the one who's helping them. Women here have been doing it for generations. It's the perfect way to leave the village. The men have no idea. The women have just been fucking just leaving.
It's like, men.
Incompetent. Well, we're just gonna leave them.
What a way to break up. Gosh, why is my phone not charging? Oh, give me a moment. Okay, oh. My phone's not charging. Great. Okay, well, it's charging there now. Hopefully it stays. So, Romilda escaped as well, has she?
Shh! I told you to keep your voice down. Actually, I'm having a little trouble with that at the moment. She's stubborn, you see. Stubborn and stupid. She really believes that she can calm the Dragon Lord's wrath up there in the chapel.
What? Surely not.
You think you see me wandering in there would change things? But now she's more determined and stubborn than ever.
How dare. ITG.
Ada. Blech. I don't really know what's gotten into her. None of the girls caused a fuss like this back in the day. Hi, we're solving, a sacrifice ritual. Apparently the bride, they would sacrifice them to, calm the winds. And we're finding out that's how girls leave the village, and the men have no idea. But how are you doing, TG? Look, Beatrix, will you tell us the route that you took into the chapel? What's the point? If she won't listen to me, I doubt she's going to listen to some fancy pants strangers.
In that case, shall I require some assistance from Julian?
Julian? Why him?
He loves Romilia with all his heart. If there's anyone she would listen to, it would be him.
I suppose you're right, though it does feel a bit strange to think a man using the secret forest path to the chapel. But it's the right thing to do. Now listen carefully, because you need to follow these steps exactly. Pick 2 mushrooms and 1 strawberry and repeat until you reach the other side, and don't walk down any path twice. Every girl in the village knows those steps off by heart. Follow them to the letter, or you'll never find the entrance tunnel. Thanks, Beatrix. I gotta get dash, and you shouldn't hang around here too long either. People will start to talk.
Let's go see Julian. Hopefully we can persuade him to help us. Alright. New Layton journal. A planning of rescue. The land surrounding the chapel is profificated with numerous holes and tunnels. Indeed, many of them needed to be filled before the locals could build their homes on the land. I have a feeling that there may be a tunnel leading directly to the chapel. All of a sudden, Beatrix came running up to us. She told us the brides normally escape with her aid, but for some reason Romilia refuses to leave. It seems that we need Julian's help to save Romilia. Perhaps this new information will motivate him to assist us. Yeah, let's go get fucking Julian. Okay, so this is gonna start his whole thing. Which is great. I'm gonna go get my jacket. I'll be back. Jacket acquired. And it's on. So I don't have to worry. Alright. Now we just gotta talk to Julian. What's up, Julian? Julian, you gotta help us with the rescue with Romilia. Come on. As I sit on my hair. You're here again. I thought I made it clear that all such efforts will accomplish naught. We have new information. There's a tunnel that leads us straight into the chapel, and the entrance is on the other side of the forest. This is your chance, Julian. You can save your beloved Romilia. What? Fair Romilia. Yes, my beloved Romilia. I will rescue. I will. Not so loud. You don't want the whole village to know what we're up to, do you? No, no, fair maid. That is not what I want. Let us pass words within the windmill here. At least the cruel winds carry them to prying ears. Alright. Well, he certainly has a spring in his step again. Oh, indeed. As long may it continue. Please, time so fleeting does not but escape. Pray come inside with haste so we may speak. Very well, in we go. Alright, we gotta find 4 hint coins over here. I was like, what the fuck? But apparently that's doing something. Alright, well, we gotta find the 4 hint coins. Apparently, Julian has built a wind-powered bread maker. GG's. Oh, look at the bread go! Alright, 1. Okay, I know that's just something I can fucking do. No! Puzzle! Oh, so Julian has hidden puzzles here, has he? Oh. Puzzle number 076, Troubled Waters. The bridge across this river has been destroyed in a storm, leaving the locals villagers stranded. Can you help them create a makeshift bridge out of scrap materials? Moving and rotating various pieces of scrap and getting a makeshift bridge completed as quickly as possible. Be aware that the pieces of the old bridge are blocking the river, so you won't be able to dump the scrap in some places. Well, damn. Kind of hoping I would just be able to do that, but we're just gonna go do.
Is how it's done.
Puzzle!
Good stuff.
Yeah, that one wasn't too bad. Scrap Tasket. The villagers should be able to use this makeshift bridge for a time. Still, it'd be good to get a real bridge back in action as soon as possible. Sorry. I ate my food. Well, that puzzle's done. I do hope Julian wasn't saving it for a rainy day. Alright, that's 2. Three. 4. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm watching the bread. I'm watching it bake. Okay, there it goes. Whee! Okay. Now that we found that... Okay, I did the puzzle already, so we're done there. Talk to Julian. It's good to see you're in high spirits, Julian. My spirits rise, but fear still clings on tight. Please tell me quickly of this forest path. Of course, we must remain vigilant as we go through the forest. The earth beneath our feet could crumble at any moment. Be not concerned, comrades, for I shall lead. No man knows the land better than this Swain. Is this shovel I see before me? Is it a handle towards a wall? Come, let us clutch thee. Just a moment, Julian. We haven't explained the route yet. He's got a shovel already. He's ready. The route. Ah, yes, the route which you spoke. Perhaps you could illuminate me now. Pick 2 mushrooms and then 1 strawberry, and repeat until you reach the other side, and don't walk down any path twice. Though it eludes me how you know such a thing, I have no time, no desire to ask. Onward! I must learn of Romilda's feelings true. I need to hear them with my own ears. I am sure you will have the opportunity to talk to her at length about such matter. This dilly-dally serves for naught, kind sir. Let us make haste, for fair Romilda waits. Well, we have Julian now. Julian back in high spirits. Julian's spirits rose almost immediately as when he found out that there's still a chance to rescue his beloved Romilda. The fact that he's back on his feet so quickly is a sign of true courage, I must say. It is possible to reach the tunnel to the shrine by tracing a path through the forest, picking up strawberries, mushrooms, and in a particular pattern along the way. Luckily, Julian knows the forest and should be able to traverse it without too much trouble. Leave the windmill. Alert me when you're prepared to go. Then the trail to Romilda we shall take. Okay. Puzzle. Your preparations are complete? Good news. Romilda, my love, we make our way to thee. Julian, there's something I need to tell you. Pray tell, good sir, what you need to say to me. We have a long, difficult journey ahead of us. If there's something happens along the way, you need to be prepared to go and rescue Romilda alone. Do not falter, Julian. Once people are gone, they cannot come back, no matter how much you want them to. Fear not, kind sir, for my Romilda's sweet. I am happily will go to any length. But hark, the trees we seek lie up ahead. The way may be unclear, but I'll be strong. My feelings for Romilda as a guide, I shall cut through the forest and until I find a hole to the chapel. Yes, I foresee it shall be steep drop, but I need only leap down, and on second thought, it's best to just make sure Julian stays with us. We don't need another missing person to worry about. I agree. This poor man is probably gonna get himself stuck in a ditch if we leave him to it. No faith. Come on, Julian. We'll help you find the route through the forest. Such joyous news now. Follow everyone. We shall find the entrance in no time at all. Romilda, my sweet, we will make haste for thee. Well, you can't fault his enthusiasm. There we go. Puzzle number 077. Fruits and fungi. Our love-struck hero, Julian, must lead everyone through the forest and into the chapel. One wrong turn, though, they'll all be hopelessly lost. Luckily, Layton and the others know the trick to making it through. Pick 2 mushrooms and then 1 strawberry, and repeat until you're on the other side. Don't walk down any path twice. Can you help Julian find the secret path through the forest and make it to the other side in one piece? Okay, mushroom, mushroom, strawberry. Mushroom, mushroom. Strawberry. Okay, the 2 paths deviate, like, here. I'm gonna choose a different color because I can't see shit. Okay, like, right here, they deviate. Strawberry! Mushroom, mushroom, strawberry. Okay, going down this path. We'll get, okay, mushroom, mushroom, strawberry. Mushroom, mushroom, strawberry, mushroom, 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 mushroom. Okay, so it's not that. Oh, I don't think it's this one either. I can do mushroom, mushroom, but then it would just be mushrooms. So we're just gonna do mushroom, mushroom, strawberry. Huh. No, it might be the other way. Mushroom. Okay. Oh boy. Strawberry. Mushroom. Mushroom. I can't go here because then I can't go down that path. Mushroom, mushroom, strawberry. Oh boy. Oh, okay. How the absolute fuck? Okay, I'm kind of going from the back to the front kind of way. I think that's it. Okay. So we're gonna go over here and we're gonna double check. Okay, so mushroom, mushroom, strawberry. 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 Okay. Now that I double checked that way, I'm gonna double check through this way. Mushroom, mushroom, strawberry. Mushroom, mushroom, strawberry, mushroom. Mushroom. Okay, it looks right. I'm gonna go ahead and
Right, I'm all set.
buzzer.
I'm in top
Sweet.
form today.
That's it. Julian and the others have made it through the forest into the chapel's secret entrance. Good work. This must be the entrance Beatrix was talking about. A tunnel here, in midst of the trees in the hills. The light of the Azran, it's getting stronger. Well, in that case, we better hurry. Search for one hand coin. Search for another. That is a bottle of gourd. Alright, there's that one. Search the pumpkin. Oh, we made a jack-o'-lantern! I already found the bottle of gourd. Now look at the boulder. What in the world? Alas, our trail is blocked by Boulder's Grate. But this is the path Beatrix took. What happened here? The passage collapsed. Beatrix took quite a risk coming through here. We gotta do something about moving these rocks out of the way, Professor, or we'll never make it to the chapel. Stand back, fair maid. I shall take the care of this. With the spade in hand, I'll clear the path of rocks. Oop. Oop. And doop. Whew. Moving boulders is no easy task. That sound. Is that... I'm sorry, Julian. Sweet joy, 'tis true. Romilda still is breathes. Breaths. Let's hurry. Do, do, do. Enter the key. Aren't those a little freaky? It is indeed an Azran construction, there is no doubt. Who would have thought that there would be something like this hidden all the way down here? Romilda, where are you, Romilda? In front of you. Alright, we gotta find the hen coins first before we talk to Romilda. There's one. The quickest hourglass. And talk to Romilda. We're gonna look at it. The sand in the hourglass takes 3 seconds to fall. Time's up. Oh, Romilda. Julian, what are you doing here? Julian came to rescue you, Romilda. No, you cannot be here. You gotta go. I'm married to the Dragon Lord now. Don't be naive, Romilda. Listen, we've come all this way to save you. Let's hurry up and get out of here. I cannot. I'm staying here. My fair Romilda, think of what you do. Julian, you make me question my reading sense. What sense it makes it for you to end your life when you know, well, this custom is absurd. The Dragon Lord has wed so many times, yet nothing changed. Never shall he stop. You surely see that locking people up does not provide us the peace we seek. Yeah, but even so, it won't be for nothing, you know, if I die. Romilda, please, whatever do you mean? I'm not gonna turn into wind. I'm not going to run away. I'm going to die here and leave my body behind for everyone to see. Then they'll all realize the Dragon Lord doesn't care about these human offerings. Romilda. Don't you get it? If I do this, they'll put a stop to these horrible ceremonies, and the people of Hoogland will finally be at peace. I'm really sorry, Julian, but this is how it has to be. Romilda, no, this end need not be. Romilda, please. What are you gonna do? Smack her up the side of the head with a shovel and carry her out? Lo, here's the idol that they worship, so I shall see it's gone, our village freed. Don't smack it. What? Oh, goodbye, shovel. Well. What's in the world? That? The purpose of the symbol is to drive away those who will harm the Azran. We'll let those who attempt... Okay. You want to be a butt? Damn! No! The one day that you reconnect immediately is the day that I wanted to eat food. Curses. Damn. I'm still gonna take a bite because it disconnected. What in the world's going on? What are you doing to the Dragon Lord? Romilda, we are about to put the end to the Dragon Lord's wrath, once and for all. You what? Romilda, put your faith in them, my dear. They brought me to this place and wished to help. If we want peace, we must believe in them. If not for these good people at my side, we'd not be standing here together now. And never would I have a chance to tell you how I feel. Oh, Julian. That altar holds the key to solving the mystery of the Dragon Lord. Look at the altar.
Hello.
You've noticed it as well, have you? That this Dragon Lord altar is... It's an Azran device designed to manipulate wind currents in the area. Yes, I've noticed. Now, the way it's set it, though, it seems to be creating a counter-current that flows directly against the main one. That must be the cause of all the whirlwinds here. Harmony here. It's been disrupted. I wonder if someone interfered with the control panel. I doubt the Azran intended to leave it like this. Then we should do something to fix it. Cylinders should all be raised so that the light can shine through. I see. Well, Professor, shall we take a look at this control panel then? Let's. Puzzle number 078, all under control. The control panel for the device has 9 buttons, one for every cylinder. Pressing a button will activate the total of 7 cylinders, starting with one corresponding to the button pressed, then followed by every second cylinder in a clockwise direction. To fix the device, Layton must make all 9 cylinders visible by pressing a single button. By pressing a single button, can you help him choose? You only have 3 chances. Good luck.
I would like to say...
But I guess I don't think I can go back.
Oh, it's not going to tell me.
Oh, man, I actually can only press one button.
Oh boy.
I don't think it would be that one. Alright, I'm gonna think about the puzzle. We're about to get ads again, so we're gonna go on our little ad break. Don't worry, I won't click submit until you guys get back. But also, I'm probably just gonna end up eating as I'm looking at the puzzle anyways, so don't worry.
We'll be back after 3 minutes.
Alright, how the absolute fuck?
Oh my god, you're so fucking cute!
Hello, hi. So to catch you up on what's all happened. So that bride that went into the chapel was actually going to get sacrificed to the Dragon Lord. And so we're currently trying to rescue her with her lover. Ooh, grass. Ah. Yeah, sacrifice. So, like, they locked them in the temple or in the chapel. But it turns out that all the women know that there's a secret path into the chapel. And that's how the girls all leave. And apparently the men never knew. That's just how the girls left the village. But this one the Romilda is the girl who went in, and she didn't want to leave because she was like, "Can we stop? I'm gonna die here," and so they can stop doing these rituals and realize that we don't turn into wind. Stop doing it. And we're like, no need to go that far. We'll just fix the machine. So that's currently what we're looking at right now, is that I need to fix the machine, but I'm eating. So, Carl, how are you? Nah, shit, you guys are back from your 30-minute break. I'm almost done. Have I really thought about it? No, but I did read the first tenant. So this is the first tenant. As you can see on the top screen, 2 of the cylinders are already exposed. There are 9 cylinders in total, meaning that you have to raise 7 cylinders. Think about it for a minute. Something should be apparent to you. I don't know what the fuck it means, but... Unless you're supposed to do this one. Also eating. Well, we're gonna try this one. Alright. Done.
Here's my answer. Critical thinking is the key to success.
Oh! They're alright. I just had to think about it for a minute. Well done. The device should work properly now. I did have to think about it because it was like, oh, if it's going to lift up one after another, and if you just followed that it had already started its pattern, then it would work. I'm hoping it's going to be a cutscene after I do this. God damn it! No, so I'm going to finish my food. Alright. That light! What's going on? The imbalance has been rectified. The harmony is restored. All is as it should be. Are you? The egg.
Egg required.
Yeah, I just saw your message. Everything is in its rightful place. That girl, is she the Dragon Lord messenger or something? Has that witch... It does say witch, but that's not what I thought it was spelled. I thought it was spelled the other way. Like the Halloween, like witch. Oh, my brain has been reading things wrong, Kara. It doesn't help that Julian over here speaks like he's fucking Romeo Shakespeare, bitch. Has which we have accomplished here brought peace? Shall Huiglan now be blessed by tranquil winds? Indeed, I believe that it should put an end to the wrath of the Dragon Lord. Now, how about we return to surface? All under control. This wind. Something unusual has taken place. Something unusual taken place still. But something unusual. I don't know if it just continued. Why is there noise coming from the inside of the chapel? I shall have to open the door and see for myself.
Yeah, like they fucking chain you in. The bride's in and hope, and it's like, die. And we all walk out as a group like, hey.
You, what on earth are you doing inside the chapel? Sage Shepherd. The Dragon Lord's most wrathful winds do cease. I tell you, with our triumphant comes great joy, for fair Romilda's life has been preserved. What do you mean, dear boy? What has happened? The altar which your chapel was built on was by an ancient civilization. Something ceased. Something caused it to be imbalanced, which caused harsh winds you have come to know in the village. Fortunately, we're able to fix the issues. Only fair winds will blow through your village from now on. What? But how? Everything has been restored to how it should be. This fair wind is for yours to enjoy. Allow it to heal you. Allow it to spread the seeds of a better future. Are you? Oh my, you're the disciple of the Dragon Lord, are you not? What have I been doing all this time? I refused to listen to you, and I spent my life defending the village's custom. Goodness knows how many brides I've sacrificed. Oh, Caro, I forgot about this, but you had missed it earlier. Bread Roll got very upset. He was an angry spaghetti. It was his angry little bread roll. It's like his little eyebrows roll angry. I can't even remember what part, like we were talking to some person and he was just angry. Emmy's also angry because it was around the time that we found out that they were sacrificing people. And that we didn't know that they were living at the point, but it was still the fact is they were all pissed and I was just, it was great. Well, we wouldn't have been able to restore the imbalance if Romilda hadn't gone through with the ceremony. In a way, your final sacrifice did eventually bring peace to the village. Oh, I see. Don't worry, you haven't murdered anyone. They have all left. The Bride of Hoogland. The whirlwinds that devastated Hoogland were caused by an imbalance in the Azran technology found within the chapel. Restoring the balance has brought the end to the destructive winds and to the wedding ceremonies that appease the non-existent Dragon Lord. I'm glad that the people of Hoogland will at last give up this unsavory tradition. Jesus. In debt to you I shall forever be, for it not... Juliet, I can't wait to leave you. For it would not be for your heroic deeds, this fool would have no love, no home, no peace. I really owe you one. You saved my life. If it wasn't for you, well, I don't even want to think about it. But listen, you won't tell anyone about how Beatrix been helping the brides, will you? It wouldn't be fair to her or on all the brides who she saved. I hate this dialogue. I know! It's like, it's the flashback to having to read Romeo and Juliet aloud. I remember just, like, going over this entire, like, little section of Romeo and Juliet, like, my part that I had to read, and be like, okay, it's this. Fear not, Romilda, it shall be our secret. I'm so glad we were able to get them back together. They look so happy. And we got a hold of the egg, too. Talk about two birds with one stone. Oh, indeed, Luke. Now let us return to the Bostononius. Alright. Alright, yay! That is it for this one. The true nature of the Dragon Lord. It seems Romilda was prepared to give her life in order to prove to the village that the wedding ceremonies served no purpose. Indeed, the whirlwinds were not connected to a Dragon Lord, but the Azran chamber at the base of the chapel. The Azran technology within the chapel is capable of controlling the winds in the area, and it had become imbalanced, which brought about the destruction of the whirlwinds, or destructive whirlwinds. With the balance restored and fair winds should return once more. A storm subsides. The villagers can now breathe a sigh of relief, knowing that there is no longer any danger that their homes will be destroyed by the whirlwinds. Too bad we didn't come before today, because whoever's house was destroyed in the beginning when we got here, sucks to be you. And the Hoogland shall always be blessed with fair winds. The sage shepherd is truly delighted that he may finally put an end to the awful tradition of locking brides away. Romilda and Julian can now have a long and happy future together. With peace restored and the egg in our possession, it's time for us to return to the Bostononius. Alright, walk left. Okay, we're just going to the airship. Bye! A warm welcome back on board. I trust you breeze through your investigation. This guy and his little puns. I wouldn't say it was easy, but we did manage to find the egg, and even some Azran technology that still works. My word, who would have thought? The winds in this area have calmed as well. Perhaps this village has found peace at last. Simply let me know whenever you're ready to proceed to your next destination. Professor Layton, Emmy, there is something about the Azran era that I that has returned to me. Oh, your memories have come back? Yes, some. I can see a windy valley, and there are thousands of bird-like machines gliding on the breeze. It sounds as though the Azran had some aircraft of their own. Yes, I think that they are a kind of aircraft. They carried people and other things and then kept flying and never stopped to land. It's hard to imagine what sort of things the Azran must have had. They didn't have any windmills like the ones we saw in Hoogland, though. Those windmills are an example of the creativity of your civilization. Seeing that makes me really happy. That's good to hear, Aurora. Alright. I like to suggest that we take this opportunity to depart. I believe that we all had quite enough of Hoogland's wins for now. And off we go to the last place. Is that the final part of the game? No, it's not. I know that for sure. Yeah. The sheep, it stares into my soul.
Meh.
Oh, alright. We got some world times. A bumper fest in Hoogland. A Hoogland baker made an inconceivable amount of bread for the harvest festival, making sure none of it goes to waste. It was certainly a challenge. Kill it with fire, not the poor sheep. Mint sauce at the ready. The lamb ham packeting. You know what? Never mind, Caro. I think they did murder him. Packing season is busy time in Hoogland, with people coming all over the world to sample its meaty delights at its source. It's ugly. Yeti becomes a cafe regular. Foriborg's police received reports of a Yeti storming a local restaurant. By the time they arrive, however, there's nothing left to see but leftover stew. Alright, and this episode, Romancing Romilda. Alright, might as well go through this. Last time with Julian and Romilda. With their wedding on the horizon, Julian and Romilda are the very picture of young love. The other villagers look on with a bit of mixture of jealousy and disapproval. Thy eyes, Romilda, they melt any heart. What can I do to make you mine alone? What are you talking about, Julian? You know that we're engaged, right? I could confess my love 1,000 times and then twice more, but it would not suffice. I love you too, Jules. 'Tis very got wonder I should fall for one so sweet, so pure, so wonderful. Alright. Young love.
Really? They're such an embarrassment. How could she put up with all that lovely, lovey-dovey nonsense?
Now, Beatrix, let not jealousy cloud your judgment. Those two have my blessings and that of the Dragon Lord.
I'm surprised you're brave enough to say that name and putting those robes again after everything that happened.
The Dragon Lord's wrath has subsided, but my life goes on. My role remains unchanged. Bringing couples such as Julian and Romilda together in matrimony.
Marriage!
I should have gave him that voice, but I can't remember really how it went. Is both my greatest pleasure and my repentance.
Well, there's no denying that they're made for each other.
In recent days, I too long to be bound to another.
You want to get married, Sage Shepherd. Well, do you have anyone in mind?
No one from Hoagland, of course. Hopefully, that's the last time I have to speak in Julian's voice. Alright. To our final place. Walled City. A city tied to the legend of the Great Phoenix. High walls surround it, and few people who remain there live to guard its secrets. And off we go. Isaac Abrams. This appears to be one of the locations marked on the walls of the dome, Azran Dome. I feel the power of the Azran Renaissance resonating. There's surely an aura stone here. The walls of the city do resemble Azran architecture. There's a lot indicated that we're in the right place. Well, shall we disembark? Okay. New Layton journal. We are finally at our... Look at it. We've gone so far. Okay, a lonely city. I wish to marry that silver fox vampire with the massive money. I read monies as monkeys, and I was like, the massive monkeys? Where the fuck were the monkeys? How did I miss the monkeys? The towering walls that surround our next destination make it easy to spot, even from high up in the air. But with no other town or village for miles around, it seems though the city was built here to protect something or keep it hidden. The city walls appear to be made of materials similar to the ore used by the Azran, indicated that there may well be a strong Azran connection here. There is, however, only one way to be sure, and that is by leaving the airship and exploring on foot. Okay, leave the airship. Medieval? With any luck, it won't be long until we have the egg in our possession.
In a way, these streets remind me a little of London, but they're much quieter though. How sure are we that the egg is here again?
In the city of Monsina sleeps the eternal phoenix, or so the legend goes. Where there's a bird, there's probably an egg. I wonder if this legend of the phoenix might... Okay, hold on a minute. Okay.
Sorry, I had an update on my brother.
I wonder if this legend of the phoenix might not be connected to the Azran Riders of the Sky. Not the most scientific theory, but given that the town is enclosed in the Azran walls, I say it has some merit.
Well, that's good to hear, but
where do we start? There's no one around. Perhaps the city's residents are all indoors. Let's try the nearest house.
There's that puppy!
Okay. It says we have another Layton journal, the Eternal Phoenix. According to Professor Sycamore, some legends describe Monsina as the resting place of the Eternal Phoenix. Phoenix, right? No. Later. We'll get to his game later. I find myself recalling one of the Azran Riders of the Sky. Those indomitable spirits was said to set the sky ablaze. Could this rider and the Phoenix be connected? Sycamore seems skeptical, but it's not the time to argue hypothesis. Yep. We should instead begin our investigation. Strangely, there's no one near the main gate, but we might try visiting nearby houses. Alright, we're searching for 3 hint coins. One. It was like 3 hint coins, right? Sleepy Clock Tower. Two. Damn it. Is it in the grass? Where is this thing? Is it the cheese? 3. Okay. 3 hand coins. I got the baker's sign. I got the sleepy clock tower. Look at the rightmost door.
Excuse me, is anyone there? Hello?
There doesn't appear to be anyone home.
All the streets are deserted. It's a little bit creepy.
Granted, there's something not quite right here. Let's keep moving. Walk to the left. Search for 3 hand coins. All right, 1. Two. Okay. 3. Then
Grapes. Yum nom 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 nom.
yummy grapes. Okay, we did that. That's for thatched roof. And look at the golden phoenix statue. Before we do that, I'm gonna go look at the collection. Melandigenous trinkets. A curious box which plays a soothing lullaby. A music box, to be precise. Professor Sycamore, look! The golden statue looks like the phoenix. Do you think it's part of the legend? I very much doubt it. In the eyes of the Azran, even the purest gold was little worth. Oh yes, of course. There was a chapter about it in Rutha Ledger's Ancient Histories. Wasn't there? Scratch that theory, then. Still, not a soul around.
Please, you to me. Think our get our way.
Did you hear that? It came from over there. Quickly. You say fucking quickly, but where the fuck am I looking? I thought you old people were supposed to be nice. Why won't you help me?
Macaw, did you hear that? He called us old.
Robin's voice is gonna keep going all over the place because I can't remember what the fuck.
Where we come from, that's a crime, you know.
Is it? Zip it, Robin. Boy, let's make something very clear. I'm perfectly an eligible bachelor.
Hey, Carl, look, a bachelor.
And I don't like to be talked down to. I mean, why we won't help you is none of your business. Now, be out of our way, brat.
Macaw, I reckon that phoenix over there has an egg that we're looking for. Let's not waste our time talking to this pipsqueak. Pew!
This is why I don't trust grown-ups.
Wow, he asked those two for help. He must be really desperate.
Indeed. Shall we offer our assistance?
Hi, Toby. Yeah, I can hand stretch.
Give me a moment. I'm gonna talk to this person so we get this.
You came from outside of the city, didn't you? Please, I really need your help. Everything's gone wrong and I've...
Slow down. What's your name, young man? Pardon me as I...
Wet. And yes, I can hide weight.
Okay, there we go. I'm sorry, my name's Udman? Udman? Sorry. I'm butchering that. Hello there, Udman. I'm Desdemona, a sycamore, and this is Professor Layton. Would you care to tell us what is wrong? Well, it's the adults. They're all... One morning, my mom wouldn't wake up, and I shook her, but I couldn't get any more than a few mumbles out of her. And the other grown-ups are exact the same. They're all just lying there, sleeping, and it's been like that for a whole week. Ooh. Whole week. How bizarre. So, every adult in the city is currently in some coma. I know it's hard to believe, but please, come to my house and see for yourself. It's just over here, come on. Maybe the grown-ups will think of a way... You grown-ups will think of a way to wake her up. Okay, so there are 4 hand coins in this house. There's 1. Well, it's not that. What's that? 2. It's always the same stuff. 3. Where the fuck is this fourth one? Mm-hmm. Where the fuck is this hit point? Come on. Where are you? I've only found 3. It just opens and closes that. Oh, ow, ow! Hey, there it is. Okay, we gotta just talk to him again. The woman in bed is your mother, I presume. Yeah, she's been like that for... She's been like this for ages. Your mother's dead. Sorry. I don't know what to do. Well, her pulse is steady, her breathing seems normal. I don't believe she's in any immediately danger. She's been sleeping for a week! You don't know what caused her to end up in this state? If I did, I wouldn't be asking you. She doesn't respond to a single thing I say. No one can do anything. I just can't handle this anymore. He's been dealing with this for a week, so yeah. Most curious phenomenon. The only thing I can think of is, well, it's an old Mozinian legend. The story goes about that long ago, a mighty phoenix with healing powers swooped down on Monacina and made it her home. She would slumber for months, even years at a time, but when she woken, tears of joy would stream from her eyes. Those tears were said to cure any illness, and the people of the city collected the tears and used them to heal the sick. So if I can find the phoenix and wake her up, maybe her tears will help the grown-ups wake up too? Look, you might not believe it, but I don't have any other choice. Actually, it's often the case that legends have some versatile of truth to them. There may be a chance that such a thing exists. It's the only hope I have left. I'll do whatever it takes, please. If you promise to help me, I'll guide you through the city. I'll show you anything you want. Tears of the Phoenix. The Azran tradition remains strong in the Monacina, but the entire adult population of the town is fast asleep. It seems that the Phoenix tears would rouse the locals from their slumber, but does a mythical creature even exist? Why is it that only the adults are asleep? I wonder. Okay. So we have a journal entry, which we will quickly read. And an unnatural sleep. It seems that all the adults in town have been asleep for at least a week. The boy we spoke to, Udman, cannot explain how or why this has happened, but he's eager to find a way to wake his mother. The boy feels his last hope is believing in the legend of the Phoenix. It states that when awoken, the Phoenix cries will cure any ailment, which would surely include bringing the adults of the town out of their slumber. We agreed to help the boy discover if there's any truth to the legend. Leave the house. Left. Talk to this one.
Hey, who are you? Why don't you sleep like Daddy? Are you sleepwalking? Thank you for the bit, Red Skill. Happy birthday.
No, I'm quite sure we're awake, though the situation you poor children are in seems like a bad dream to me. First, yeah. Yes, I took my meds. Most of them. We're not gonna talk about that one.
Yes, nom 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 nom.
We're currently trying to find a way to wake up the adults in your city. Our friend Udman here believes the Phoenix might be the key.
Ooh, the Phoenix. Yeah, I saw that once. Want to hear about it?
You're gonna ask if I took... Did you take your meds? Take your meds! Yes, I can hydrate.
Num num num. Wait, actually, you help me with this puzzle first. I'm really stuck on it.
It's hot. Drink up. I did. Yay! Good job. Puzzle number 079. Snake squeeze times 10. Ooh! Yeah. Hope you're enjoying it. Squeezing the section of slithering serpents into a pot like this is no problem for an experienced snake charmer. In fact, though you might not think this pot here could hold any more than 9 snakes that are already in it. With a bit of rearrange, you can definitely fit a 10th. There is no trickery involved. The snakes don't overlap each other. Care to give it a go? See if you can fit all 10 snakes into a pot. Huh? Let me just put all the snakes outside. Begone, snakes! Okay, these, I was about to say, these fit nicely together, but they overlap. Sucks. Damn. Okay, and I can't rotate, so that's probably gonna be a big factor, is that I can't rotate them. I feel like this one should be above. This head, I feel like, should be on the corner. Damn, okay, that's not gonna help. Puzzles, I know. Puzzle. See, this might fit, like, right here. So that might be good. See, that fits kind of, like, right there. Which is nice. Damn. Okay, hold on. Ooh, that one kind of fits nicely right there. That fits. But shit, where am I gonna put this guy? Where would this guy fit nicely? Oh. See, this kind of fits right here nicely. So that fits right there nicely. And that fits nicely. But the thing is, this also fits nicely right here. Does this go down here? Yay? Yes!
You know, I think this may be it. Puzzle solving is a most gentlemanly pursuit.
That was fun. Spectacular. This kind of thing isn't all in a day's work for a snake charmer, you know. Ooh, we got a new bloom burst.
Wow, you're clever. So the Phoenix, right? Did you know that, see that big hill outside the city? It's called the Phoenix Rest. We always get told off if we play anywhere near it, but once, right? I saw this humongous bird perch on the hill, and it looked at me right in the eye. A large bird at the Phoenix Rest. Sounds like a lead to me.
Submerged Glade, a lost garden that sunk beneath the ocean millions of years ago. Gonna lurk? Yeah, no problem, Red Scale. Enjoy your lurk. So I figure out what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just gonna hit Bloom. Okay. Alright, we're gonna do this, and then we'll just tweak. Weird. Oh, fudgy. Hmm. Oh, okay. Do, 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 do. I'm like looking over because I accidentally kind of just left it there, so I'm like, oh, well. Mine is kind of fucking well. Oh, fudgy fudge. I don't even know where that's supposed to go, so we're just gonna do this. See where this gets us. Absolutely fucking nowhere. Almost there. So it's this little part in the middle. need to do something. Middle. Right. This was right. Right. This is right. This part was wrong. Man. Oh. Crazy. Ooh, and we are about to get ads again. I shall take the break because then we're gonna get more into this. Let me go a little like the hour. So we'll do our little final hour and see how far we get into this whole thing. Maybe we'll be able to make it halfway through again, but after 3 short minutes, we should find out. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay. Alright, we're gonna follow the path to the left.
Spooky, scary forest. If grown-ups were around, they would be yelling at us and telling us not to go anywhere near that place. I know it's probably to keep us safe, but this is different. If the Phoenix really lives on a hill, then we have to go. It just looks so creepy. I wish there was some sort of grown-up yelling at us not to go right now.
Luke.
They can tell us all they like when they wake up. I'll be happy when they're back to normal.
So we can be little shits to them when they wake up. Alright, we gotta find 3 hint coins. One. Two. 3. Okay. Alright, keep out sign. And look at the large moth. My word, the moth of a most prestigious proportions is just aligned on that tree.
Oh, that is pretty huge. Thanks for pointing it out, Professor.
You're not a fan of moths, Emmy. Then perhaps you prefer butterflies.
Puzzle number 080. Is the golden butterfly too? As any good
Dopiates? knows that there's only the only way to see a golden butterfly is to lure one out using a concoction that is just the right level of sweetness. Too sweet is only good for attracting bees. The ones that aren't sweet enough only attract beetles. You hoping to glimpse a golden butterfly, but you only have 3 fruit syrups and a variety of sweetness and a bottle of water. Using the 5 measures of these ingredients, you could create a perfect concoction. Naturally, the water is to dilute the sweetness. Okay. Okay, this is too sweet. This is still too sweet.
Hi, Spicy! How are you?
Okay, this is not sweet enough. Too sweet again. Ooh. I think we're gonna have to leave out one of them. Your hands tired from playing games. Make sure you stretch your hands, Spicy. But okay, not sweet enough. Not sweet enough. Not sweet enough. Not sweet enough.
Ah!
Not sweet enough. Is it the water? Is it... Am I diluting it too much? No, because all of these are too sweet. Two waters, are not sweet enough. So it has to be like one water and then like one other, the other. Okay, I think I have to leave out like one of them. Too sweet. Not sweet enough. Not sweet enough. There it is.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
Huzzah!
All in a day's work.
Dazzling, you finally laid your eyes on the magnificent golden butterfly. Isn't it beautiful? It's a pain in my ass. Butterflies aren't all icky and insecty like real insects. They look like little bow ties. Why is she thick? Because they're rare. I don't know. That's rather interesting logic, Emmy. Alright, we're gonna walk up and we gotta find 3 hen coins. That's with the vulture. Yeah, I don't think that would be the hen coin. Oh! Damn! Thought that would be it. Whee! Where the fuck is this kid? No! My dumbass. Okay. These are almost identical to the Azran ruins. There's no doubt about it. Monsina and the Azran are connected. Could it be that the phoenix is hidden within? I very much doubt that.
Aren't you overthinking things a bit? This is just an old... center?
Luckily, it didn't send us into something.
I was expecting you to give me a hit coin, but...
Guess I didn't get that either. There's one. Okay. And our first 10 coin. Oh gosh. Two.
This is an old Cintern. I really don't think there's any point of worrying about it. We should be looking for the phoenix.
Alright.
Stop popping up! I need to find this hit coin.
Yes, I know I can look at the bird. I don't want to look at the bird in case it gives me a goddamn puzzle. Yeah, the fucking bird is what I need to do, but I want to. Why? Why must you keep popping up? I want to keep seeing the lizard. You're throwing me off. You're throwing off my groove. Oh, come on. Where is it? There it is. Okay, there's the third one. Now we gotta talk to the vulture.
Look! Is that the phoenix? What? Yeah? What? What?
We're gonna go with it.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to disturb you. We were hoping to see a phoenix. Is that you? What? Wow. Oh, you've been here a long time, have you? What? Quack, 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 quack. Ah, so you're waiting for her. And you said she sparkles? That sounds magical enough. I bet she's the one we're looking for then. Do you know when she might be back? We would really like to meet her too. Quack, quack, quack. Quack, quack, quack. Well, I don't think I'll be able to wait that long. But how do you know that she's nearby? Squawk. Whoa, you must have a keen sense of smell. We're gonna go with it because, geez. You think that she's inside there? Doesn't sound very likely. I think that's a bit... How does this child understand the bird? This is Luke's power. He's able to understand, animals, mostly. It's just one of his powers. I think that is Luke Gate? Huh? Oh, you know. It's like a door for water. And never mind, it's not important. Nice to meet you, Alder. How does it look, Luke? Well, Alder here isn't the phoenix, but there's a much bigger bird around here, and it sparkles all over. An even bigger bird. But how do we go about looking for it? He said he spotted her once when he was looking towards the city. Maybe we can find more clues back there? The phoenix sparkles. The only people awake in this town are children, and a young boy named Tomur told us that he once spotted a bird that may have been the phoenix on the hilltop. Though it seems like a strong lead at the time, we found the bird, and Luke was able to confirm that it was not the phoenix after all. The bird did tell us, however, that he's seen an enormous sparkly bird in town. I have a feeling that this will lead us some more positive results. Oh, shoot, we had a collection. Slapdash sculpture. This sculpture served as a reminder that not all sculptures are works of art. Quiet, he's beautiful. Alright, walk down. Oh,
These bitches. Oh, look at the little picture! What do you want? What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
I bet they're trying to get the phoenix that's at the top of the mountain too. Is that it? Is that what you're after?
We already been there, as a matter of fact. Most magnificent wing feathers, that bird. Bah! Piped at the post again. After all this time we served into solving that riddle.
Hurry, Macaw! Let's go see the phoenix!
Were you even listening, Robin? They already got the egg.
You never know. The phoenix may lay another one just for us. No harm of asking. See you up ahead!
What have I told you about running off? If you run into another trap...
No.
Surely they do not intend to provoke that bird into laying an egg for them.
Well, they have a difficult time. Alder is definitely male.
Layton, why did you have to go messing with them like that? Layton's over here being a fucking menace some days. Well, this is quite a predicament. We are still no closer to finding the egg. If we could locate so it evolved in the town planning, we would be a different story altogether.
That's not gonna happen anytime soon. I haven't seen anyone older than Unmin on the street. And the only clue we have to go on is that there might be an enormous bird that sparkles. Where on earth should we look? Behind you? Maybe?
A moment. Professor Sycamore? Udman says that all the adults in Monsina are suffering from this intermingle sleep. Yet you, Miss Altava, and I have shown no signs of drowsiness or exhaustion.
Yes, I suppose that's true, but what does that mean?
Whatever induces the sleep is unlikely to be an airborne congenital of some sort. It must have come from some other means. We need information. A source of illness may lie elsewhere, but where? Let's talk to the children of the city. Perhaps they will be able to provide us with a clue or two.
Now, Tamur, I know this might be hard for you, but can you remember anything that might have caused your father to fall ill? I guess it might have been one thing. We had a massive festival on the night before honoring the Phoenix. Me and Daddy helped ourselves to all the food we could eat. My tummy never stuck out as much as it did then.
That sounds sensational.
But when we got home, right, I heard Daddy go into the back. And I thought he might be going for seconds. Well, more like sevenths. But then, why didn't he invite me?
So, that might be when whatever happened. That sounds... It sounds that way, alright. Come on. Let's see if we can gather more facts about this festival.
Wait! You're gonna go? Then who's gonna play? Who am I gonna play with?
What about the other children? Can't you play with them?
I already asked. There's a girl that hangs around Prisha Hill, and she's only ever wants to play with Udman, and it's not fair.
Udman's quite a popular one, isn't he? How about we go pay this girl a visit?
You're not gonna play with me then? Well, if she doesn't look very moody, can you ask her again for me?
His little dance. Alright, we gotta search for 3 hint coins. 1. 2. 3. Alright, cool. Look at the beehive. Then we talk to her.
Oodman, there you are. Where have you been? Don't you know you're not supposed to keep a girl waiting?
Sorry. Mithri? But it was important. These people are gonna help us find a cure.
Oh, well, that's great news. Here I was worried that you stayed away just to spite me, silly me.
By the way, how are the grown-ups? Did anyone wake up yet?
Well, Tamar's dad scratched his nose, but missed it by a good couple of inches. Apart from that, nothing new. I think hanging a nice lantern in front of them might help. Be a dear and lend me a hand, would you?
Puzzle number 081, Moonlight Starlight. This hanging lampshade Mithri wants to make, it's made of 8 triangular panels. Only 2 are decorated with an image. Have a look at the unassembled light lampshade on the touchscreen. 1 panel is already decorated as a star. Help Layton work out where the moon should go to create a lampshade displayed at the top screen. Why? Why do you have to do this? Fuck, it's on the bottom. Okay, these close together and then stack. And if it's supposed to be on the other side. Okay, let's say it divides in half. This would be like the top. I feel like it should go here. Which I'm just gonna go check. I was 1 off!
This was quite the conundrum.
Puzzle! Oh well.
There we have it.
So to be honest, I'm getting tired. Which... Despair. Alright. Nice lamp, champ. The panel is at the very bottom left spot where the moon needs to go. What a lovely warm glow.
Oh, there's one other thing. Gran was mumbling something about the phoenix in her sleep. She really loves that bird.
Oh, that's right. Your Gran seen the phoenix before, right? Hasn't she? Mithri is grandmother is the keeper. She's the wisest person in the city, and she looks after the old temple of the north. We might be able to find some clues there. Shall we go have a look? By all means, lead the way. Okay. Oop. What was that? No, Hazel, come back! What was that? You popped up, I know you did. Why won't the adults wait? We have shown no signs of drowsiness since arrival, so whatever is causing the adult slumber is unlikely to be related to the local area itself or something in the air. But what on earth could it be? According to the local girl by the name of Methri, the town elder talks to the phoenix in her sleep. While the idea of listening to someone's sleep talk is a little unusual, her words may have provided us with a hint or two. The elder can be found at the temple in the north, so that's where we should head next. Kind of with that, we have made it like at least halfway through, which we have all our outfits requested, so I might call it here. Yeah, because next one is just gonna be an instant puzzle, so I think I'm going to call it here for the night. Good stretch. Which we made it pretty far. We did finish. We got done with the windmill place, and we're currently already halfway through this thing. So next Monday, when we put the game back up, we should be able to finish this, and then get more into the end game, I want to say. So we'll get lots of new stuff. And when we can figure out what we're doing with these eggs. Sitting here, I'm just chilling. Alright. Yeah. Alright. Oh man. But with that, we are done for the night. Alright. Oh wait, 'tis the end? Yes, 'tis the end for now. Oh, I just realized you said you'd BRB. Yeah, I'm getting tired, and I meant to go, like, at least I just went longer than I usually would have, because I started an hour late, that I was like, oh, I'll just kind of make up time, but I'm sorry to feel the effects of me being tired, so I'd rather go sleep. So our next stream will be Wednesday. And now I can't stop yawning. Our next stream will be Wednesday, and I'm trying to decide now if I want it to be, I think it's Dishonor or Nekopara, the cat paradise. Catboy paradise. I guess I'll kind of decide. And then I gotta figure out what I'm doing Friday. I gotta check on my Switch, see if I can start those games. Because I got a few games for my throne list that people gifted me, and I've been meaning to get around to playing them, but I also kind of have no room on my Switch, so it's kind of hard to play them if I have no way of playing them. My headache went away because my headache went away. Probably because I was hungry or thirsty. One of the two. Either way. Something I'll be with later. But we'll see. If anything, I might just go back to another game. One of my games from Friday. A little list from Friday. My little gaming list. But I will either figure it out by Wednesday or it'll be a surprise on Friday. So with that, I will probably bid you guys good night. Really don't feel like raiding right now because it is late and usually I don't like raiding and running. But so I'll just end it here. And thank you guys for coming out. And thanks for also cooperating that I started an hour later. I needed that nap. But yeah, I will see you guys Wednesday. Hope you all have a good rest of your day and your night.